Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the sixth installment of the Ironclad A10 series. Now, let's begin. Lead paperweight. I've had some success with this one. I will say there was one situation. This is very unfortunate when you have to skip the card because it does give you the choice. You don't have to take either. We definitely don't want that. Let's take a look at the map. As per usual, we'll circle some key nodes and triangulate a route based off that. So, I don't think we're going to be taking Greed, or Cursed Pearl, because the shop is not at the bottom of the map. There's certainly a dodgy route available where we can avoid elites, but do we really want to be doing that? To me, the left side looks fairly clean. Fire into elite into fire into elite fire. So, do we upgrade the bash? Or choose a colorless card? I think either is fine. Let's try the lead paperweight. Okay, we got Purity before. This card was amazing with Howl from Beyond. Shockwave can be very good, I suspect, but it's also pretty much just a brick early. The fact that it costs 2 mana makes it almost unplayable. Purity is also a brick early game, but it has Retain. So we're only drawing into it once. So we're going to take Purity. And it will not give us the best draw. Like, for instance, we kind of want to defend here instead of Purity. But it's not going to be a multi-brick scenario. However, we got all of our strikes in the first hand. Which is not ideal. We're going to end up taking way more damage than we want to in this fight. So, we're going to get 2 defense next turn. So we're going to double defend 2 times in a row and take 6 damage. So we took, what, 6 the first turn? We're taking 12 from this encounter. That's not great. I think I could have set it up for lethal, in fact, this turn, but I believe we would just be taking more damage from doing that. I didn't run the numbers, but intuitively, I highly suspect Ethan made the right line of play. Okay, Pummel Strike. Well, we're going to take that. It says draw on it. We already have a card that can exhaust 3 cards, and now we have something in our loop. Potential loop. So, If anyone watched the last game of the series, they would know I didn't find a Pummel Strike the entire run. We didn't have enough draw until the last node of the prior run to actually make any sort of loot infinite. But let me think for a second. I believe we're going to take the chosen cheese. We could take the card options also. Because we don't have an upgraded bash. We don't really have anything. Common cards. So what would we want? We would want bloodletting. The chosen cheese is just quite good there. We're going to take the cheese and probably heal at the fire. We're going to heal at the fire more so. We really wish we had another strike to disperse the damage better here. So what I think we're actually going to do is bash the twig slime and just defend, not eliminate the rightmost slime, and then try to fatalize the leader of the pack, assuming it's the largest threat. Okay, and we have the damage for it, and then we block. We take 4 damage. First stack of the chosen cheese. We probably take Inferno here. We're not versus Bantam, we're not really incentivized to take whatever the hell that twin strike. Yeah. That card can be quite good with the strength stack, but that's about as far as it goes. With something like this, Fight Me, or something like Setup Strike, we're just gonna keep skipping there. Okay. There's 100 gold, transform 2 cards. That actually seems really good to transform some strikes. We're gonna transform 2 strikes. And we get another Inferno and a breakthrough, so is that actually good? The breakthrough proccing the Inferno is very good. And we got an AoE card out of it too. I think all in all, this situation is totally reasonable. We need to heal though to actually use these Infernos. And honestly, I want to take more small encounters, but our fate is sealed on the route, unfortunately. Perhaps I could have duplicated the first Inferno. I would love to find a Howl from Beyond with this purity. That's what I had last time. Okay, so we're gonna Inferno and then Breakthrough. Just deals tons of damage. And then we're gonna use our Heart and Brock. We just don't want to take too much damage so that maybe we can upgrade our Pummel Strike. Okay, so we're gonna exhaust these 2 infections with Purity, saving 6 HP. Or was our plating about to deal with that? Either way. Taunt seems like a reasonable card to take here. And then we'll upgrade the Pummel Strike. We could even upgrade the Inferno, since that's pretty much how we're killing everything. Okay, I would say this is somewhat of a tame elite, but we don't get the best draw. So we're gonna duplicator the Inferno, just so we have a real turn. Okay. Then we'll be able to set up a third Inferno and Breakthrough. That would deal 18. Okay, so we can take 18 next turn. Then Vuln won't be up. So it'll be. And 7. So I have to deal 27. Okay, I think hitting it makes sense in that case. Okay, we get it. It's a good thing we hit. Centennial Puzzle, that's always good. Feel No Pain. This card might actually be good with Purity. Do we want to take it? Maybe. We're not going to for now. The next strike will deal double damage. So Bash will kill it. Let's do that. Inferno. We're probably gonna have to heal it next fire. We've gained 5 HP from the Chosen Cheese now, and we find a Bloodletting. That's quite good. We need a bit more draw, but we have self-damage for Inferno. Okay, so we'll rest here. Okay, Pillage is what's jumping off the page to me. We don't have quite enough for Pillage and Remove, unfortunately. But we can get Pillage and Potion. Draw a Potion, perhaps? Depending how this fight goes, we might be able to upgrade. Okay, so we'll Inferno. Throw a little Basher out. Bloodletting and Breakthrough should take care of the slime. Set up to die to Inferno. So it was 57 health enough. Considering we're gonna have our pen nib and nunchucks ready to go. Okay, we found a Howl from Beyond. Nice. I think we can just upgrade here. The question is, what do we upgrade? Maybe even the Howl from Beyond. Yeah, we'll upgrade the Howl from Beyond with our Purity, because we will find the combo. We didn't necessarily want to find it here, but we're gonna rip the Swift Potion, see if we hit it. We do not. Colorless next. Production's gonna be the play here. So we can deal more damage. Now we can use Inferno. Production. And then we can break through and Howl from Beyond. So we Howl from Beyond first with the Pen Nib for 42 damage to everyone. What on earth? The Howl from Beyond plus. First use. What? Hell, it does 126 damage? Okay, our Centennial Puzzle procs. Do we eliminate the threat or do we set up? And what else can we do? We could pillage trying to hit Bloodletting to continue the turn. That also seems reasonable because I can eliminate 5 damage. We don't hit it, but that's fine. We essentially block 5 damage. What a crazy turn 1. So we don't actually block any damage from using that Bloodletting, but we deal 6. So now we wait for our Howl from Beyond with our Purity. And Nib set up for another 42 damage Howl from Beyond, 63 with vulnerability. 87 max HP now. We used 2 potions for this encounter. Crimson Mantle, that would make us lose 1 HP also per turn. That might be a tad too much and a bit too slow. So we'll skip. You certainly can argue about taking Crimson Mantle there, especially if you find there's another card in the Clad kit that gives maybe 1 strength per HP loss. So say we're losing 3 per turn, we're just getting 3 strength per turn. That's a win condition. Okay, let's check the deck real quick. So we have a Howl from Beyond Breakthrough Inferno. We likely can fight the elites with this deck. Like it. I wouldn't mind seeing a shop also. So we could. I'm not seeing a route I love. What's the issue? We won't see a shop with this route. Let's check the ancient ability first. Okay. At the start of your turn, spend 5 gold, enchant all strikes. We only have 3 strikes. So I've taken this golden compass multiple times. Every time I've been very pleased with it. It seems to feed you a path that gives you more options, and not route wise, but card wise that you see. It seems to feed you what you need. So I think we're gonna take that. We only have 100 gold for Seal of Gold, which would also be quite good. But we'll just take the single path. Because I didn't love the path I was seeing. There was no shop. There was just a few issues with it. Okay, we can double Inferno and Purity the Howl from Beyond. See, most people would not even consider upgrading Howl from Beyond, but this card is actually, I'm telling you, way better than it appears on the surface. But Purity is just the chef's kiss with Howl from Beyond. Obviously, that makes it way better. It makes it so much better, it's difficult to quantify, actually, because Purity has Retain on it. It's pretty broken. Okay, so let's check this. We can take busted potions and then try to hit the shop. That actually seems quite good. So we're gonna get rid of our discard and take foul potions. This way we actually will have gold. Okay, this time we don't get quite as lucky with our Howl from Beyond situation. So we can pillage to taunt. We have double Inferno set up. With our pen nib, Forgotten Ritual. If you've exhausted a card, gain mana. So that would be our second mana gen. The issue is we only have one card that says exhaust on it, okay? Now, between Pummel Strike and Pillage, if we use the Forgotten Ritual with the Purity, we can have infinite. But here's the part that's the problem. Purity exhausts itself. So it wouldn't it had to be on that turn, so it's not gonna happen. We still might take Forgotten Ritual and then hunt for something that says exhaust. Because we do need to find the card. Okay, we'll take the Forgotten Ritual and we feel bad about it. You could certainly argue that we should have just waited for the shop. And we had a very bad turn one. If the taunt was upgraded, it would be something we could tolerate, but no. Good thing we healed. So we might have died if we didn't. Forgotten Ritual really is just a brick for now. Okay, we might just take True Grit, and that's something that can proc it. That's his exhaust. True Grit plus. So now we've got two cards that can exhaust. And they're not best in class at all. True Grit is not best in class exhauster, but it gives us block. Choose a card to transform or corrupt. What would we corrupt? Out from Beyond? Since it exhausts, we wouldn't take that damage, right? Or would we? We now have an upgraded enchanted Hell from Beyond. Oh, the unceasing top. My nemesis. We're bound to misplay with that thing. Right, I don't know if we want a random doll. I think we'll pay 5 HP to choose. Whenever you play an attack game on block, start of your turn, deal damage equal to the turn. Okay, we'll take Daughter from the win. Bag of Preparation, that is quite good. Alright, this is going to be an issue here, guys, if we take too much damage going into the elite. We're already not full. Okay, defend. Whew. Just been in some crazy situations with that bridge. Okay, I see a Pummel Strike and a True Grit. Permafrost. Here's the card I was referring to, Rupture. Master of Strategy could also be good. I think it is good, in fact. So, we're going to throw our potions. I think we'll buy Pummel Strike and Master of Strategy. Then we can remove a strike. And buy a potion. What's most likely to help us with the elite? Choose a card in your hand. Free to play or... I think the fire potion will... Okay, this one's gonna be tough. Okay, we can exhaust. And then use Forgotten Ritual. And we put Rolling on it. Take 6 damage, but we're pretty set up. We get our Giga Howl from Beyond. So we'll start with Master of Strategy. Things look pretty decent here. Okay. Master of Strategy exhausted itself, so Forgotten Ritual can play now. So we probably just Purity the Howl now. So, because I'm not sure how much we'll draw a Pillage. We'll probably True Grit Strike. Bash, Breakthrough, and Double Defend. Oh. Right. Unfortunately, we drew our Pummel Strike there. This looks like a defend angle unless we can hit some shit with Pillage. Damn it. It would be... We can deal 12. It's just not enough with the Fire Potion. We have to full block this. Oh, we hit the Breakthrough. Okay. It is enough. The top bails us out. And we get a Pummel Strike plus. Now we wish we almost didn't take the other Pummel Strike. So there's 3. We're gonna rest. Now with Forgotten Ritual, we definitely have an infinite loot. Maybe you need one more Exhauster. With Master of Strategy, this will exhaust itself. Forgotten Ritual plays. So we can Inferno Bloodletting. We can actually exhaust the Howl from Beyond here. That's fantastic. Gaining a bit of armor as well. So that's going to deal 31 to everyone. Will it, though, with the debuff on me? Another Inferno. Let's find out what happens here. If the weakness affects the Howl from Beyond. It does, but it just doesn't matter. We completely earned that millipede. Probably just looking to heal here. We can check what's to upgrade. We could upgrade Bloodletting or Forgotten Ritual. I'm just gonna heal to be safe. It's definitely a misplay if we didn't need to. How did we just get a mana back? From the nunchucks? Okay. So we can use True Grit, Forgotten Ritual now. We can pillage to purity, or we'll be able to get our purity for sure between pummel and pillage. Oh, I should have used the second Inferno first. I fucked up. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So let's taunt for armor, breakthrough, and then purity. So we're gonna True Grit. Probably the bash even. So we want to hit. Fuck. We hit Howl from Beyond. We can't use it. Once again, Howl from Beyond. We can't use it. I guess it doesn't. Once the purity is gone, we only have True Grit really for it. So we're gonna end up in the same position here. No, we hit the pummel. So it looks like we are punished for healing. Impervious is fine. So we come out of Act 2 having picked the golden compass, so that only helped with Act 2. However, I suspect we got some better cards than we would have. We do want to just find exhaust cards at this point because we can win the run by dodging. We can get infinite now. It's just not anywhere close to a turn 1 infinite. Because I have to exhaust what, 12 cards? We should honestly upgrade the purity at this point. Alright, let's see what our options are with the ancient ability. A minute plays your first turn for you. I don't want that. That could brick everything. Remove 5 cards from the deck, add volley. And then power from the draw pile. It's free to play. So that would be Inferno. I think we remove. That helps quite a bit. So what do we remove? Do we just remove the defense? Then have literally no defense in the deck except trigger it? I guess. Seems weird, but let's run it. Hopefully we don't get punished too bad. Oof. Both upgraded pummels on the bottom. Okay. Just believe I was about to break that top. Power potion. Okay, we'll use that. We don't have blocks, so we don't need dexterity. Headbutt? Could be good. We don't really need it. Lee's Waffle. We could heal up a bit with that. So we're not going to see another shop with this route, so might as well buy here. Yeah, we just use all the gold. Maybe we get punished for it, but trade Unceasing Top and Molten Egg. It's a little late for that one. Trade Red Skull for Bloody Bird. I don't want to trade any of these. I guess Red Skull is the only one that seems acceptable to lose. Pen Nib has absolutely done work this run. Howl from Beyond is going to crush all these things, so we just have to Howl from Beyond. And then Impervious. 30. This Bloodletting needs to be upgraded. Do we even want this situation? They're all dead. We're up to 98 HP from the Chosen Shoes. Okay, so let's upgrade here. Bloodletting or Forgotten Ritual. Either one is fine. We'll just do Bloodletting first. We want to get both upgraded, so we're going to try not to take damage. We might even use the power potion. Okay. So breakthrough should draw us from Centennial Plaza. Now we probably just... We can try to hit Bloodletting with Pummel Strike or Pillage. Which we might be able to, because we could hit Master of Strategy as well, or we could just Inferno. Just probably... gonna result in more damage done, but we'll see. So we probably take the wrong line there. But we go into it with open eyes. We deal effectively 10 instead of 18. Oh, the pen nib just destroys everything. Okay. Well then. I'll take the draw potion. Meat on the bone. So we're gonna upgrade now. What is Master of Strategy upgraded 4 cards? Okay, we'll do the Forgotten Ritual or Purity. Because this can exhaust 5 cards. That's quite a big deal. It effectively changes what we're doing with it. Right now we're just using it to... Well, this entire run we've just been using it to exhaust Howl from Beyond. But this one would just help us get down to an infinite. So we'll actually do that. Hopefully don't take too much damage. Then we upgrade again. Okay. Get to the situation. Need to get some of this stuff out of the hand, but I don't want to be doing that either. But we're gonna have to. So we'll probably just double Inferno since it has ads here. Then our breakthrough will clean it up. Howl from Beyond will clean it up. We're just gonna earn them. Okay. So we'll exhaust the Howl from Beyond. Why not? Then we don't need to use Bloodletting. Howl from Beyond with the pen nib. That's what's been really the defining combo of the game. Now we're at 100 HP. I'm kind of liking this situation. Forgotten Ritual is now upgraded. Okay, so we can immediately trigger the Folly for our upgraded Forgotten Ritual. We probably should have taunted this first. To hit a breakthrough, so we'll just use Inferno and breakthrough. Wow, when we hit a Bloodletting too? Okay. Do we just Inferno or do we keep this party going? I think we just keep the party going. Get that Hell from Beyond and they're all dead. Easy. Damn. We could fight the elite, but I see no reason to take extra damage. Same like opening hand, pretty much. We trigger it. Forgotten Ritual. We brick now, unfortunately. We don't need to use Inferno versus this thing. Or will... Do we lose 6 life? Take 6 damage. Take 6 damage. Okay, we can do that. When we draw. Turn that looked over was just beginning, it seems. We should have gotten rid of Trigger as well. Still at 97 HP. 2 potions. Crackling Potion could be quite good. That might be better than having a power. We'll keep the power. Now, we upgrade either the Master of Strategy or the Pommel Strike. Doesn't really matter. They both will draw us 1 extra card, 1 exhaust, but we'll go Pommel, I guess. Okay, there's 18 cards in the deck. Let's see what we can make happen. Master of Strategy used. Find our combination of Purity and Howl from Beyond. First, we'll draw a bit more there. We'll use the Power Potion now, actually. Feel No Pain seems quite decent here. We're gonna Inferno and Bloodletting to draw. We've exhausted Master of Strategy, so Forgotten Ritual plays. Now we draw, but let's pillage first, perhaps. It's a brick. Okay, we can start exhausting if he wants. This is probably the time to do it. We could get rid of the bash. Okay, so are we infinite? 2 Pommel Strikes, Pillage. Yeah, we're infinite, I think. Yes, we are. Forgotten Ritual Pommel Strike is our combo, essentially. Wow, and here's the crazy thing, guys. Now we're gonna be stuck killing this motherfucker again through invulnerability. Because it's the first one. I can't afford to take the damage. Oh my god. Not again. So the Howl from Beyond is still in play. I forgot about that. We should. So we can brick here. If we draw Bloodletting and trigger it, we brick, but we can get out of it with our Swift Potion. Wait, I just realized something. No, we're good. We have trigger. I thought we had nothing that said exhaust for a second. But it is weird. Because we have to use Bloodletting too to exhaust. And have the mana to use the Forgotten Ritual. So it's good that we did things in this order. And we could have just bricked there too. I think this is not a guaranteed situation what we have going on right now. Yeah, this is actually fucking sketch. So now I have to Forgotten Ritual Punisher. We should be good. And we have to exhaust with something next turn too. So I did do some research though. I think this doesn't put Wyrms in your deck. So we might not kill it through Intangible this time. Let's just see how it goes. I'm not even... We can actually brick here and collect it up, I think. Okay, so I have to exhaust. I have to Beyond. So we do brick, we fuck it up. We have to Potion to get our Infinite going. Alright, so we're just gonna kill it through this, because I'm not gonna fucking risk it. I know it's lame as shit, but I really don't care. I did care a little yesterday, but this just comes with the territory of being global rank 1 Ironclad first. So we're just gonna chill. I'm not gonna talk too much for a bit. Commentary will resume with the Queen. We can absolutely still lose to the Queen. The Queen is hard for this type of deck. Can I speed this up with settings? Fast mode. Good thing we took this Forgotten Ritual and we did, because we never saw Spectify or anything like that. So maybe there's something that can be taken from that, guys. Like sometimes you have to take a break, and knowing you can afford to when you cannot is probably pretty fucking important to know. So we got 300 armor. We just close this test subject out with a workman's-like attitude. Ain't no thing. Sped it up a bit. And hit it 313 times. Count them, 313. On to the queen. The real fight. Let's turn this fast shit off now. I don't like playing with it. Okay. So we probably just start without even putting taunt on it. We just want to draw. So we're gonna have to purity early here. There's so much garbage in this hand. We don't want bash, right? Maybe it's actually good risk the queen. We'll just hold taunt. I think that's fine. To kind of brick out here. Is what it is. Get our health and beyond in the exhaust pile. Unfortunately, we had the purity a bit early, but let's see how it goes. Right, not the most amazing situation. Our master of strategy, that will likely draw us more times than not to the right card rather than pummel strike, but pummel strike will be cycled. Okay, we're gonna pummel strike actually. We're gonna True Grit, one Inferno. potentially should have just used it on How From Beyond, but I think we're good. I can play this Pummel Strike, right? Since I played it the first time. That was the reason why I used it over a Master of Strategy. Okay, I cannot fucking play it. What the fuck? So I have to pillage to... So my turn's over. Okay, this situation seems a bit better with the draw order. So we'll be able to use our bloodletting once. Exhaust. So now we pillage because there's a pummel. Are we there now? I think we're just there now. Just Forgotten Ritual Pummel Strike. We're good now. Folks, we fucking did it. Turn 3 versus the Queen Infinite unlocked. And it did matter what order the cards came out of the deck for this boss. For how early we could do it. I guess we could brick infinite number of times and just lose. In theory, it's just a low probability that that actually occurs. Especially with some defensive options in the deck with True Grit, Taunt, etc. But this is just not going to take long at all. Compared to the test subject, this is an absolute cakewalk. With the infinite, like, it goes from fucking torture to absolutely nothing. We're doing it like a few times, seemingly, compared to 313 times. So, I hope you guys are learning from these runs how to make high probability win rate decks with Ironclad. That's what... If there's anything I can give you, take that. Take that to the fucking bank. Take that to your A10 win rate. Just watch through, watch how we draft. Okay? From this game, I think the most important one that we took is Forgotten Ritual, because we didn't see another option, okay? So we took it at the right time. We were given it. We got it during our little adjusted golden compass route too, and I swear that that golden compass feeds you into what you need. So, all right, the second episode will be coming soon, folks. This is going great. We are on the world's longest win rate on Ironclad. We are still on it. So let's go.